I'm Jeff Gravel, and welcome to 3 Minutes with Bruce Moncur, a veteran of Canada's contribution to the global war on terror in Afghanistan. Why don't you tell us briefly about the incident that ended your career in the Canadian Forces?
Well, Jeff, I was in Roto 306 in Afghanistan, and we took place in the Operation Medusa, in which we were to try to take a Taliban stronghold in the Panjwai district. Eventually what ended up happening was 80 of us were ambushed by over 400 Taliban. We took place in a 4-hour battle where we sustained 25% casualties. We were forced to retreat. Thankfully, we weren't enveloped on all sides, and we still had our point of entry to retreat out of. The next morning, an American A-10 mistook our position for that of the Taliban and strafed myself and my platoon. And in essence, in 48 hours, my platoon was reduced from 40 to 5, who were either killed or injured. I myself sustained serious injuries to my head. I had 2 brain surgeries, removal of 5% of my brain, and my injuries, long-term effects of short-term memory loss and fatigue when I mentally exert myself. So those injuries were deemed so that I was no longer deployable, and I was released from the military.
Thank you for your service. Now, you've never shied away from publicly speaking about your experience. In light of the recent attack in Quebec yesterday against 2 Canadian Forces soldiers, how does that impact your sense of personal safety?
Well, I can tell you this. Having been to Afghanistan and having had such a heightened sense of awareness, I guess, what ends up happening is you tend to be a little bit more diligent. I mean, obviously, you're not expecting someone to do something so horrific as what the gentleman did in Quebec, but you can't, and at the same time, you can't live your life in fear of a reprisal. I guess in the end of the day, you just have to have faith in the, for myself, would be the Windsor Police. Earlier in June, in fact, my next door neighbor was killed by her son with a hammer, and I watched firsthand the Windsor Police and how professional and how good they are at their job. So I feel quite confident that the police force in Windsor can protect me and my family and my friends.
So what's next for you now?
Well, I'm actually put in for the NDP nomination for Windsor-Tecumseh to be the Member of Parliament to represent my hometown.
Well, Bruce, can you tell me what your favorite part of serving was when you were still with the military?
Well, I can tell you this. I really enjoyed the camaraderie. I loved serving with fellow soldiers. I loved having, the RQ sergeant that would bring me into his office and, tell me, what the plans were for the day. And, I really enjoyed just being one of the boys and, just having that close-knit camaraderie-ship, between all of us.
Again, I want to thank you for joining us. This has been 3 Minutes with Canadian veteran Bruce Moncur.